Hello and welcome to the latest of my online video updates. As regular visitors to the website will know, this is really an opportunity for me to reflect on the past few days, look ahead to the next week and just talk about what's on my mind, and let me know if there's anything that you would like me to address in future broadcasts on the website. Now, the first half of the week will be the Labour Party conference. As you know, all the big political parties have their conference season. And the Liberal Democrats have just finished theirs, Labour's about to start ours, and then the Conservatives will come after that. The Labour Party conference is in Brighton. I'll be there with the Prime Minister, the Cabinet, and most of the MPs and thousands of Labour Party members. And really is a chance for a conversation about what the challenges are that lie ahead for the country. What can the Labour Party be doing? What are the fresh ideas? As we look ahead to the next few months in the build-up to a general election campaign. I'll have the chance to speak at the conference, which I'm looking forward to, and I'll update folk on just my reflections of the conference by the end of the week. But it is an important period in politics, this conference season. I know that some of you think you probably see too much of it on the television, but it is a chance for politicians to discuss, debate, decide about policies for the future, and also to interact with the public and address some of the big concerns that people have. And of course the big issue remains the economy. Just what can we do in the light of the international financial crisis to balance the books and continue to invest in frontline services. And it's clear that after having saved the Scottish banks because of, if you like, the banking vandalism of some of the executives and some of these very experienced board of directors across the world, including here in Scotland, because of that banking vandalism and the failure of the mortgage market in large parts of the United States and that subprime mortgage market, we had to step in. The British government, by which I mean the British taxpayer, Scots, English, Welsh, Northern Irish, together we saved the two Scottish banks. £50 billion of British taxpayers' money to save these two Scottish banking groups. That's £10,000 for every man, woman and child in Scotland. And on top of that, we've also underwritten the banking group's potential toxic debts by £565 billion. Now, most people don't know how many zeros that is, £565 billion. But what it is 6 times the entire value of the whole Scottish annual economy. 6 times. Which again, if proof was ever needed, which I don't think it is, but if proof was ever needed about the benefit of being part of the United Kingdom, one of the biggest economies in the world, it is the fact that unlike some of the other economies, such as Iceland that the SNP continued to compare Scotland with, the Icelandic economy, real damage, and some commentators have said have really been swept away. Scotland, because we're one of the biggest economies in the world, has managed to, along with the rest of the UK, survive this economic storm. Of course there are difficulties, there are real challenges, but we are better off sticking together and we would be weaker apart. Now the whole week isn't just a conference. There's a lot of work to be done as well here locally. I'll be in Neilston talking about the future of the village in Neilston, and I'll also, along with Ken McIntosh MSP, hosting a Macmillan Cancer Morning to raise funds for Macmillan Cancer. I attended the dinner, Macmillan Cancer fundraising dinner in the past few days, and this is a local attempt. There was an awful lot of other people who are also organising fundraising for this fantastic organisation who do brilliant work, and it's a charity that impacts on the lives of just so many thousands of Scots. So look at the website, it's got details of the coffee morning to raise funds for Macmillan. Come along if you can. The only other reflection I really have over the past few days is the death of a friend of mine, Bill Spears. Now Bill was the General Secretary of the Scottish Trade Union Congress, and look, there's an image of trade union barons from the past, which I think belongs in the past, because Bill wasn't part of that. Bill was one of those trade unionists who stood up for what he thought was right or wrong. Like I had a great friendship with him. We didn't always agree. That's just the nature of the world. We kind of sometimes disagreed on things like the Middle East, but what a great champion of working people in Scotland and across the world he was. and he will be missed by an awful lot of people whose lives he improved by his activism, by his ideas, by his energy and by his leadership. And the Labour Party and the trade unions in Scotland have lost a great champion, and I'm delighted to say that I knew him well, but he will be missed. That's the latest of my video blogs. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there are things that you think I need to talk about in future. But enjoy the website, interact with it, have your say at www.jimmurphymp.com.